welcome to Do It Training Mini Bites Cybersecurity. This is one part of our cybersecurity series, and this one is about computer security. So welcome, Salmon. Am I saying that correctly? Welcome, Timothy. We're going to talk about computer security, but computer security made easy, okay? It's a dangerous world out there, and we have a lot of information on our computers that can be accessed from anywhere on the internet, and we have to be careful. Oops. So let me just start. What is malware? What do you think malware is? Just go ahead and type into the chat. When I say malware, what comes to mind? If you were to explain malware to a second grader, how would you explain that to them? And then, or if you were to explain malware to your parents, how would you explain that to them? This will give me a sense of what your knowledge is. Bad stuff, that's right. A bug like a mosquito. Yeah, they're pesky, but I would say, well, then again, mosquitoes are kind of dangerous these days. So, yeah, mosquitoes are pretty dangerous. So, it damages your machine. It can retrieve your personal data, whatever personal data you put on your computer. And malware is the broad term for things that you've heard of, like viruses and worms. And a new term that I learned today, zombie computer. Do you guys know what a zombie computer is? It's a computer that is working without a person being there, meaning that if somebody can hack into your computer and make use of its resources to distribute spam or even worse stuff. Okay. Key loggers. What are key loggers? There was actually an incident on campus about a key logger. Keylogger. Right, it does record your keystrokes. It could be, I believe it could be a software as well as a device. The one they captured last year was a device, and it was small, and you just plug it into a USB port, and they can log all the keys that you hit. And then you got ransomware. That's kind of obvious, right? Well, I'm not a key logger expert, so I couldn't really tell you that. I just know that they're dangerous, and we need to protect ourselves against these types of things. Ransomware obviously is where your computer's completely locked down, and it's asking you to put in a credit or debit card to charge you $500 or more to get the information off your computer. So we need to prevent this stuff from happening to our computers. And the next few slides is what I'm going to show you, how you can easily keep your computer secure, things that you can do. And this is not only just for your work computer, but for your home computer as well. Okay, so things that you can do to keep your computer secure is lock your, these are the objectives, the slides for today. Lock your computer, lock your mobile devices. Make sure you have antivirus on your home computer. You already have, if you have a managed machine, a machine that was given to you by your department, it's a managed machine. It should already have antivirus, but it may not have an ad blocker, and that's helpful. Your firewall on your home computer should be turned on, as well as the one on campus, your work machine. So I'm going to talk about two different types of machines, your managed machine, the one they gave you at work, and your home machines, okay? So your firewall should be turned on. You should have automatic updates set up on your home machine. It's already set up on your managed work machine, okay? And Lastly, I'm going to show you how to record your device ID, your MAC address. Your MAC address is the physical name or address on your device, whether it's a laptop or an iPad or some other type of tablet. If you have that MAC address recorded, and let's say you lost your device or it got stolen, the network admins here can try to locate it on the network if someone's using it on the network. So it's important to have that device ID written down. Okay, any questions so far? All right, so I will go forward. So how do you lock your computer? Or everyone locks their computer, right? So how do you lock your computer? Or how do I lock a Windows computer? There's a couple of different ways. Anyone? So should I just give you the answer? Okay. Okay, you can sign out of your computer. Sure, 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 Mask Man. Timothy, do you lock your computer? Yes. How do you lock your computer? If you have a Windows PC, you can press the Windows button and L for lock, obviously. Or you can press Control Alt Delete and then select to sign out of your computer or lock your computer. Okay, so that's for Windows devices, laptops and desktop computers. You should always lock your computer whenever you step away, even if it's just to get a cup of coffee or if it's, to use the lavatory. Always make sure you do that. If you have a Mac at home, you may have to set up, well, I guess if you have a Mac at home, it's not that important to lock it unless you don't want others like your kids to hop on and mess up what you're doing on your computer. But what you should do, or check to make sure your Mac, your work Mac, is set up like this. So you want to click the Apple icon, click on System Preferences, and then click on Security and Privacy to get to this window. And then require password immediately after sleep or when the screensaver begins. Okay. I have a Mac and a PC on my computer, so I have mine set up this way. And then whenever I step away, I click on the little Apple icon and then click on sleep over here. Okay, and that puts it to sleep. But I found a better way. I can enable hot corners through the desktop and screensaver window. And so whenever I just push my mouse all the way to the corner of the screen, I'm not on a Mac right now, it'll automatically put it to sleep. And when it's automatically put to sleep, then it will force that you need to sign in again with the password. So I don't have to press any buttons. I just have to push my mouse into the corner and it'll put my Mac to sleep. Okay. Is anyone a Mac or Windows user? Can you specify if you're a Mac or Windows user? Because I can skip over whichever one you're not. And by the way, these slides here are to be used as your guide. These links down here are clickable, and I'm almost pretty sure you can, no, you can't click on them here, but you can click on them in the recording. Okay. Windows, great. Tim says, I'm not sure about hot corners. I use both. You don't use the hot corner. You may have to update your operating system for Mac. Okay. You're a Mac user, correct, Timothy? Yes. Okay. So check and see if you have the ability to use hot corners. I have the latest operating system on my Mac, and if you just go to this Apple System Preferences, Desktop, and Screensaver, you should see the hot corners button. Okay. If you don't have it, you can give client support a call maybe we can find a better way for you to put your computer to sleep. Okay, so how do you know if your device is infected? You might have slow overall performance. You might see new programs that you did not install. Strange messages, perpetual pop-up ads, a new search engine, a new toolbar, links that don't work, and freezing and crashing. We have on the Do It website a link for more information on symptoms of an infected computer. And by all means, if you have an infected computer and if it's a managed machine, let client support know. Okay? It's important to have one single antivirus program, not more than one, just one, because if you have more than one, they might conflict. Okay? You can get, and it's encouraged, you can get the antivirus program that the university provides, and you can get there by going to this link, softweb.cc.stonybrook.edu, and download Symantec for Windows and Mac. Do you need an antivirus for Mac? Does anyone want to answer that one? Yes, of course. Okay, a lot of people used to say before you don't need antivirus for Mac, and it's encouraged. It's very much encouraged, and it's also encouraged for you, any devices that you have at home. Feel free to go to SoftWeb, download Symantec for your Windows or Mac, and protect yourself on any device that you have. Okay. So to run Symantec, since that's the university antivirus program, I'm just going to show you quickly how you can run Symantec. Most of the antivirus programs sort of work similar, but I'm going to show you how to use Symantec. If you want to, let's say you think you have a virus and you want to run a scan on a let me go back. On a PC, you just go to your taskbar by your clock and you should see a shield somewhere. Right click on that to open Symantec and then you can run it. So this is a screenshot of where I right clicked and now I want to run. I can run an active scan, which is just sort of a light scan, or I can run a full scan where I'll need to let it run overnight or during lunch or something like that. You can also set up scheduled scans by clicking on Change Settings here, and you can have you can have the scan running maybe perhaps at night, every Wednesday night. You just got to make sure you leave your computer on. You don't have to set up, if you have a managed machine, you don't have to set this up. It'll be automatically done for you, the scheduled scanning. If you have a Mac, you got to click on the yellow shield, again by the clock, but this is at the top right of your screen. On a PC, it's at the bottom right of your screen. This is at the top right of your screen. And then click on Symantec Endpoint Protection, and then open Symantec Endpoint Protection. Oops. Oops. Goes too quick. And then to run it, this is the window that'll pop open. Just click Scan. This down pointing arrow will give you the option to do a light scan or a full scan. And then if you want to set up scheduled scans, click on Settings here. Okay. Salman, I think you were going to, Mask Man, I think you were going to write something, but then you stopped. Did you have a question or did I answer? Okay. If I update from Windows 8 to Windows 10, will the malware stop functioning? That's a good question, and I don't know the answer to that. So what I'll do is, if you leave me your email address, I will talk to people who I think will know and respond back to you with an answer. So I asked about mobile antivirus. Do we need antivirus for these little devices that we can't put down, that we're constantly surfing the web on, or checking our email, or looking at pictures, and so on and so forth. This valuable, valuable device, which I'm on more than I'm probably on my desktop at home. And the answer I got was, eh, so that's all I got. Um, as of right now, they don't feel it's necessary. Also, the free antivirus programs are not preventative like the desktop PC and Mac antivirus programs. They're more actually, they're not as defensive. That's what I meant to say. They're not as defensive as the desktop programs. They're more, after the fact. So if you think you have a virus, then you can run it. With the desktop antivirus programs, they run and detect while you're working. Okay, but what it was told to me was that it's very important to have pop-up blockers. And pop-up blockers not only on your desktop machines, but also your mobile devices, your iPads, and Android devices. Now, pop-up blockers work with your favorite browser. So if you're going to be using Chrome, then so on my Chrome, for example, I use Chrome at work and at home, and I have installed the extension uBlock Origin. That's one of my favorites for the desktop. For my iOS, my mobile devices, if you go to settings, I mostly use Safari. If you go to Safari settings, you can turn on block pop-ups in the settings. So if you use multiple browsers, if you use Chrome and Internet Explorer and Firefox, you want to turn on, you want to add pop-up blockers to each one of these. I'm not so sure what pop-up blockers are available for Internet Explorer, but I know Firefox has its own add-ons. And not quite sure about Opera. That's something you might have to look up. And Safari has it in its own settings. Okay, so the pop-up blockers work within the browsers. And these are just an example of some good pop-up blockers you can look up and use. Make sure on your desktop computers that your firewall is turned on. If you have a managed machine, you don't have to worry about it, but on your home machine, make sure the firewall is turned on. For home computers, make sure you update often. And if you cannot update often, put your updates on a schedule. For Windows computers, you can just go to Control Panel and then Windows Updates. For Mac, you click on the little Apple icon and then click on Software Updates. If you don't see software updates, that means your OS is updated. But you can always go to App Store and then update all your apps or check for updates. And then also at home, make sure your antivirus is on a schedule. In addition, you'll need to leave your computer on for any scheduled updates. So if you have everything scheduled to update every Wednesday night like I do, I have to make sure I leave my computer on Wednesday nights. Okay? And again, this is just a slide to let me know to mention that any managed machines, any work computers, you do not need to update them. They are updated automatically. Mobile devices will let you know when their apps need updating. Okay. So they'll be like for iOS devices, if you go into, if you just look at your settings icon, it'll have like a 1 or a 2 or something to let you know that you need have some updates there. The App Store will let you know you have some updates. There'll be like a little red 1 or 2. I have 14, so I have 14 apps to update on mine. Okay, and lastly, your MAC address. Now here is a list on how to get the MAC address, and you just want to write this down and keep it somewhere safe, maybe in your wallet, so that way you always have access to it, just in case you lose your device. Okay? I'm not really going to go into this here, but you have the slides here to go and get the MAC address. You can also, if you have a device not listed here, you can just do a Google search on MAC address, and your Google search will tell you how to get what you need. Finally, you can stay safe online by checking out our previous webinars. We have smart online security, how to stay safe online, and password smarts. Also coming soon, we will do what will be, or actually the university, it's backed by the university, there'll be a security, an information security and awareness training coming out. It's not ready yet, but I'm on the committee for it and is sure to come out, and I think it's a great program. It has a lot of basic knowledge to help us all stay safe online. So, do you have any questions that I can answer? And if I can't answer them, then I will be writing you an email back later on. All right, Timothy, I hope this was helpful. It was supposed to be short and sweet and to the point and very basic. Thank you very much for attending, and I'll be sure to send you out the recording of this, and you already have the slides, but I'll send that out as well. And again, contact client support if you have any questions later on. Thanks, Salmon. Salmon? Thanks. All right, thank you very much, and I'll be signing off. You too. Thank you. Have a nice day.